Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am 𝗙𝗏𝗃. So glad you're joining me here today. Hey, I've got an encouraging message if you're a little bit older. You've got a busy, productive life. You're trying to sort through all this fitness information. Maybe you need to do it for your health. Maybe you're just sick and tired of the way you look and you're finally going to do something about it. And you have not been working out for the last 30 years, even though you may be in your 50s or in your 60s, your 20s, 30s, and 40s. You've been working hard. Establishing this great foundation for the life ahead of you, your marriage, your children, your business. That's where your effort has been, not in your physical body. But now you want to change that. Now you're jumping on the internet. You have all this information you're being bombarded with. A lot of it's from the younger, passionate fitness experts, as I say. Now, I'll tell you, being 63 years old, doing this for 37 years, 15 years, my first 15 years, just totally focused on every single facet, like the younger, passionate fitness experts. Going through life, I know what you're going through. I know what you need to know and what all the information that is just unnecessary fluff. Differentiating what's important and what's not, it's really key to all this. And that's what I want to do with my Workouts for Older Men podcast, my live videos, all of my videos, blog posts, everything that I have on my 𝗙𝗏𝗃.com website. Make sure you go there, go to sltips.com for my continuing free education email series. And also make sure you're on all of my social media platforms as they all offer a little different flavor, coming from all different angles, a little bit every single day. We become what we think about most. I want to put my passion and energy in front of you every single day to help you get a little bit closer to your goals. I know that we all have different starting points and different end goals. And I want to help meet you where you are with all the information that I present to you. But today I've got an uplifting, encouraging message, right? If you haven't been training your entire life, haven't made that working out, going to the gym on a consistent basis. Now you're in your 50s, maybe in your 60s. All right, what's ahead of you? And it may be a lot closer than you think. All right, you can gamify this, and when you know that the rewards may be overwhelming. Can you even do this now that you're older? All right, I want to tell you from my experience helping out thousands of men just like you all over the world. Here's one thing that you need to realize is that if you were just to apply yourself 3-4 days a week working out, less than an hour, right? Now, you got to know what you're doing, right? You got to get through all the frustration, learn the standards, what to do in the gym, whether it's your home gym or a commercial gym. You got to learn about what it takes to eat, not just healthy food, but, certain standards when it comes to eating. You don't have to make it overly complicated. If you were just to do that for 6 months, right? A year at the most, if you got a lot of weight to lose, right? 6 months to a year, you will be in the top 20% of all the men your age on the planet. Top 20% in just 6 months to a year of dedicated effort, intelligent effort, right? Think about that, right? Out of 100 men, you would be in the top 20 in just 6 months to a year from now. Now, I know a lot of you men are competitive. You put that competition in maybe it was sports in college, all right? Maybe it was in your business. That's where you've competed, and you drive on competition. Think about that. At this phase of life, you can gamify this. You can make the challenge that, man, I can be in the top 20%. I'm starting in my 50s. That sounds like a challenge. Maybe things are slowing down. Maybe you're close to retirement. You're looking through a new challenge. The kids and the travel ball and everything, all the education, that's taken care of. The kids are gone. The business, you're always in the grind, but the hardest part is over. All right, now you're looking for that challenge. This could be it. 6 months to a year, and you're the top 20% on the planet for men your age. To me, that's encouraging. That's something to dig your teeth into. Just a lot of men don't really understand that. You apply yourself, you can do that. Here's the thing too. Usually, the men who get in that top 20%, they don't really realize that because they're on the journey for whatever reasons. They're not looking around. It's always you versus you. That's a good place to start. But you got to understand what the human body does and what it doesn't do. Now, most men, I'll just tell you, the competition, they won't do this for 6 months to a year. They'll never get on a social media platform and regularly watch workouts for older men with Skip LaCour. They'll never do that. They'll never do the work. So the competition isn't that great. But, you know, top 20% on the planet on something that you've been doing for 6 to 12 months, to me, that's a great payoff if you're looking for a hobby, a competition, something to drive you a new source of mastery. Or this is a late bloomer's guide to mastery with fitness. But here's the thing, most men who make it into that top 20%, whether they realize it or not, a lot of times I got to make them realize that, well, I guess so. I tell them, look, if they're, you went to a grocery store, you went to a Costco, they said, all men in their 50s and 60s come up here. And there's 100 men. If you looked around, if you really looked around, you would be in that top 20%. I got to make men realize that what they've done in that 6 to 12 months. But usually when they come to me and they're already in that 20%, even when I make them realize that they didn't come this far just to come this far, right? They want more, just like in other areas of life. They want to get in that top 5% now that they realize the journey. Now, you know, it's not just moving more, eating less, being consistent. That's a great start. Now you got to kind of know what you're doing. Not making it overcomplicated, but now you need to know what you're doing, right? Now you got to make sure that your standards are high enough because, you know, not knowing how many calories, you're not really understanding this. You got by, right? But maybe you have to live at a higher standard. But to know that that top 5% on the planet, man, I'll tell you, within 2 years of this journey, you could be the top 5% on the planet. Now, again, I know most men don't work out, but you're still in the top 5%. Think about that if you're a late bloomer, you're just getting, you know, think about it, a couple of years doing it right, and that's what I'm here to help you do. You should reach out for one-on-one coaching if you're the type of man who does what it takes to get what he wants. And when he does it right. Well, you know, go through less trial and error. Hire me as your coach. Let's do from 3 sessions to a 12-week transformation journey. In those 12 weeks, 12 hours spread over 12 weeks, making you accountable to not just do what I teach you as your personal coach for those 12 hours, those 12 weeks, but actually do it accountably every single day. You may not be there. Like I said, it may take 2 years of focused, dedicated, intelligent effort. All right. You're not going to get there in 12 weeks, but you'll have all the knowledge, all the recordings, all the workouts, all the diet, the understanding, so you can take from there. You'll get my 37 years of experience of what you need to know and throw away all the stuff that you don't know. You don't need to look on the internet unless it's just to reinforce, to validate what you're already doing and get some inspiration. But the knowledge, you'll get that in the 12 weeks. That's my goal when I go through those 12 hours, 12 weeks, to have all the tools needed now, just living at those standards for your couple of years, and you're in the top 5%. And see, to me, man, if I was a competitive guy and I accomplished a lot of things, and I'm looking for new challenges to know top 5% of the planet is just 2 years away, man, if you're like me, I'd jump all over that. I'd get coaching. I'd make that happen. All right, so maybe you have 40 pounds extra. You're not familiar with the gym, saying, you know what that's like. All right, but you're looking for a challenge in a game. All right, let's set that up. I want to help you do that and do that efficiently. So that's my encouraging message. If you're a late bloomer in your 50s and 60s and you're just starting on this journey, how greatness, elite status, top 5%, how close it is to you if you do the work and you're consistent for just a couple of years. All right, so that's my message there. Reach out to me. I talk to men all the time, at least a couple of years, every single day, absolutely free. When you fill out a question out, talkwithskip.com, you text me a picture. I learn all about you. You're straight on where you are and how I can help you. We use our time efficiently. A lot of times they see my live videos in the morning. They submit that in the morning. We're talking at their desk, 15 or 20 minutes at their desk when they can really focus, right? Not scrolling through the internet. So we're both efficient with our time. Go to talkwithskip.com, fill out that questionnaire, text me a picture, and maybe you and I will talk later on today at your desk, at work, when you can focus, or maybe tomorrow, the next day. All right, so that's going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men Live. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and continue to meet me on all my social media platforms. Let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us, than we do in front of us. Have a great day.